As an independent artist, I'm going to demonstrate to you the process of how I create the music that I create and talk about some of the mistakes I've made and what I learned. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's all a part of growing and all a part of learning. My name is Doug Spears, and I'm a drummer and composer. So, as I got into writing music back in 2000, actually it was before the pandemic started, I started writing music, and I always wanted to write music. I thought it would be great to write my own music and challenge myself to write some music. And that time finally came for me right before the pandemic happened. I started composing music. Of course, everybody was at home and nobody could really do anything. Everything was closed, and that just gave me more time to focus in on doing music. And so I started doing that, and then in 2022, I did release my first single. I released a song called Infinity, and 2024 I released Shattered. And what I learned from both of these singles that I released, there were some things that was lacking. I didn't have the experience. That was the first thing, as being a single individual who wrote his own, who writes his own music. I'm coming from something completely different, and so it was a learning point for me. I had to really figure some things out. Now, what I learned from Infinity when I released it, I listened to it, and I listened to it after I released it, and I thought, wow, there's so much room. I could have done so much more with the music, and added so much more drum stuff here and there. And it just, some parts of it, the song just sounded really empty. And then 2024 came. I had in mind that I'm not going to make the same mistake I did in the first release, on the first single. So Shattered came out, and I did accomplish what I wanted to accomplish with that track when I released it. And what I wanted to do, it came out fairly decent. There were still some issues I think that could have been worked out better. But when you're new and you're inexperienced, those are the kind of things that happen. And can happen. So you have to pay a lot of attention to what you do when you're out here trying to do music and when you're writing music. Now, the way I compose music, just like anybody else that writes, I do everything here on this keyboard here. Now, let me say, I'm not a real keyboard player, but I can get my ideas. I can get them across. So that's the one cool thing, and I am getting a little bit better. But my first primary instrument is the drums, and that's the easy part behind all of this. But when it comes to composing, just like anything else, or anybody else who writes music, you start with the simplest thing, a melody. Some people build off of that. This is how it works for me. I start off with a simple melody and build onto that and build onto that, and get another portion of the song added to it, and start building from that. And then I will take the computer, the laptop, and then go over to the drum set here I have, and they're all mic'd up, everything is set and ready to go, and then plug in the laptop and play along to the music. That's how I make a lot of my videos. That's been what I've been doing now for some time now, and that's how I also compose music. So I get and try out the ideas that I like and see if I like it and see if everything feels right. And if everything feels right and everything is normal, and the song sounds cool and the drums are worked out cool and I'm coming up with some cool stuff, then I'll keep it. It's a keeper for me. Sometimes I'll play the drums to whatever idea I might have come up with, and it doesn't quite work out. Then I have to make some slight arrangements and then go from there.